Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? How is life treating you? Oh, look at that. There's a post about glitching cushion. It's probably the same thing, isn't it? How's everybody doing? What's up, Bastion? Mr. Steve? What's up, Scotty? We're gonna be starting. January 6th. That's long been and gone. Yeah, this is the same post, so nothing interesting there. Only managed to come for a live stream in a while. Well, what has been your problem, Ewell? What the hell? Sounds to me like you want an ass whooping. Sounds to me like you need some discipline in your life. That only a belt can provide. A reading grind and BGs? The reading grinds. Did I not change the title? Is there something unclear with the title and thumbnail? Let's grind a bit. And thumbnail is I need more readings, right? No power or electricity, no heat in apartment. Being serious? Yikes. Not serious. I'm lazy ass. I mean... Or what'd you do to your power? Well, very good, Brock. That sounds swell. The Russian rockets cut it off. I mean, that happens. I have heard it's a fairly common problem in some parts of the world. Especially around this time of year. Don't you just hate it? When you're casually chilling and then a random rocket cuts off your power. Happened to me more times than I can count. Stop Slinger. Usual Monday. Yeah. So the mod icon has changed into a shield. Has it? I guess it has. Has it? Because they are the defenders of everybody's virginity. For real issues. Kind of sorted. Kind of sorted. I did get it alive this morning. Then I did take it to one of my childhood mates. He works in garage. So we put everything back where it's supposed to be. We lifted it up. He checked the spring thing. Didn't actually break. Something just came loose there, so we kind of quickly fastened it, and it wasn't as bad effectively as it could have been. Yeah, it wasn't actually a broken spring, it was like a bolt that came loose. But that's it. Everybody else, welcome, welcome, welcome. Heading to the bank. Are you gonna rob the place? Oh wait, I forgot you're white. That's K-Dog's job. What's up, Yoga-san? I should not have said that. Finally, what is my schedule? Yeah, well, it's because I was dealing with my car in the morning mainly. I mean... Oh no, why? Too many variables. What would you rob though? No, I don't have your problems, buddy. I don't have problems like that. I don't think anywhere in Latvia I could get stuck in a situation like that. So, Jack O'Lantern? This is more Walmart type rubber than candy bar stick of gum. Probably better for his health. Hopefully today I'll finally have a full deck of rank 4s and BGs. Well, business is robbing. I rob drug dealers because outside find people. And yeah, and you know, it's quite unlikely they would go to the coppers either. That kind of makes sense. That somewhat checks out. Been watching Richo, haven't you? This with a plan. Sounds like he has exit strategy there. Only watch Richard. No, you should watch it. It's a nice show. Maybe jobless. What the fuck? What did you do? What did you do? Time videos? Yes, I have had a couple of times. Da 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 da. Hey, K-Dog's here. Welcome, buddy. Been running the whole Client rebranding the whole dealership means you're gonna be rich, right? It means you can afford to have somebody mow your lawn twice a month now. No? Stop pay the smile? No, 3 times a month, go on. No, so your wife has like your wife gets to watch it Alan Richardson though. Probably gonna like it. I reckon she likes it. I didn't do anything. Our CEO gets replaced. So mediocre time when your CEO gets replaced, what does it have to do with you? Scotty is about to wail out in MCOC by the sounds of it. By the sound of it. Scotty is about to have 100 rank force. He's gonna look at the team and decide who he likes. Well, then you better sure should be quite likable. I am not staying live until the new content drops because I will be live for when the new content drops. Does that make sense? I'm gonna grind for a bit now. Gonna go offline, record a quick video. Help my son finish off his homework. We started it, but we didn't finish it. And then I'm gonna be ready for new content. Are you winning, son? Absolutely. Getting them units back. I spent like, what, 700 units total? For the tier 6 basics, tier 3 alphas. So now, playing catch up. Gonna save this a bit more time, will tell. Are you saying you work with a bunch of unlikable wankers? Because that's what you're technically saying. Lavender smell. Well, what is an air refreshener doing in my stream? What is an air refreshener doing in my stream? Some Amit, how are you doing? John? That's gonna be your celebration. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do get to keep your job. I want to do this one. Oh yeah, the Grey's Anatomy. I have never watched the series, but I have seen shorts and I have seen like a lot of kind of like clips and comments about that show, where it's like, yeah, that seems like the most dysfunctional hospital ever. Is it worth doing that for Deathless Times probably? Like, is it hard? I don't think I have done it. It's not hard. Definitely not hard. But I don't remember if I did it. But it's definitely not hard, especially anymore. What's up, biceps? Have a good grind? Well, thank you very much. But yeah, I had a fairly decent BG stream yesterday. I finished in C4, like what, 290 points or something like that. So we're gonna have a no BG day today. We're gonna have all the new content to do anyways, and I need to get this grind in. Otherwise, I definitely will not at all. So I'm taking a bit of a breather from BGs for a day. I think I'm gonna do Coliseum first and then Incursions, but so we'll see. I could do both, but it's just gonna be which one first. So I think I'm gonna do Coliseum first, get the 80 bars, and then go to Incursions. When I still level 65. Oh, it's because I never did the solo thingy, but I started doing it very, very recently. But yeah, it's mainly because I do the solo raids for like ever. Something. Great. That should be fine. This year, yeah, this year we should be able to reach level 70. Probably. What did you all say last? Oh, you've been grinding hard there. You search for part-time though? I didn't search for it. Yeah, I didn't search for it. It's not a replicable type of thing, you know. It's just that somebody that I knew from playing MCOC for a while and started a new business. He kind of needed a little bit of help with some stuff. Yo, I got quite lucky there. Need some kind of like Necropolis 2.0 for sure. For sure we do need that. Yeah, I need to get that level up. Ram needs to get some Twitch drops up, by the way. By the looks of it. I don't know, I like Necropolis style content. Especially because it's coming out like once in every 2-3 years. I don't mind a long piece of content, you know what I mean? If they would do it like every couple of months, something like that, sure. But, you know, you don't have to do it immediately. They better do some drops later today. They probably won't. Can't wait for Necropolis, Enchantress, Dark Phoenix, Cyber Nico. Well, to be fair, like Necropolis, Dark Phoenix, for instance, would not be a bad fight, because Dark Phoenix is like basically Groot if you have a good counter. And same is like with a bunch of other champions that are like quote-unquote hard defenders, because they're not hard fights if you have the counter. You know what I mean? Like bring in Nico against Dark Phoenix is like as basic vanilla fight as you can get. Showcase. Yeah, his damage is definitely a bit mid. That is true. Like, I think the Realsensei is going to be cool for like challenge modes and stuff like that, but not particularly great for Battlegrounds. I still like him. I like the buff. I just don't think he's going to be a great Battlegrounds champion, that's all. Oh yeah, Doctor Strange doesn't even break the top 5, really. If that's what you were thinking. Oh yeah, and this meta Nico's AI can absolutely screw you over. If she doesn't hold that block fast, there's nothing you can do, you're just kind of wrecked. Oh, look at that. No, she hit me. I mean, I kind of agree, but if Kabam makes harder challenges, then everybody bitches about it. Because it's very rare when Kabam makes a piece of content hard, but, you know, let's say fair or enjoyable. They generally just do some, like, the biggest bullshit thing ever to make it hard. Ain't that the truth? Like, original Act 6.2 would be good challenge content. I don't think it was good story content, because so many people got stuck behind it for so long. And there were a couple of BS places. For instance, again, 6.2 in itself would have been perfectly fine with me if it wasn't for that Sinister, which only had like 3 counters in a game, and there was like a couple of more in 6.6. Like, I had no issue with like the champion fight, stuff like that, basically. But again, I think that 6 original Act 6.2 would have been like an amazing challenge type of content, not necessarily story content. Because at that point, they completely kept the progression and your ability to like complete it, right? So oh, only your weight can stop me. Okay, yes. Pity has gone 605. Yeah, right. I have 0 rank 5s. Because I'm not a whale like that. What's up, Dr. H7? How are you doing? What is this AI, dude? Mordor boss was annoying, but it wasn't like as bad, because like, what is the worst thing in Mordor boss? You can die a handful of times, you can still kind of like chip him down and stuff like that, and it didn't require you to have like a specific champion. It's most of the fights that you absolutely couldn't even attempt to or rework through that were the issue. But again, for most part, I do kind of agree with you. I do think that 6.2 like is a content that I currently miss. Like I would love, let's say, 6.2, you know, updated modern version of 6.2 as some sort of challenge content in the game. Yeah, I mean, Yondu is just dumb as fuck. This meta Yondu is just stupid. How are so many people close to level 67? They're doing the daily raids thing. That's how they're close to it. They are just doing the daily raids, that's all. Which I wasn't doing for a while as well, but I have started doing now, the last few days. Hope that explains it. Well, I have been doing the daily super events and all that stuff. I just haven't been doing the raids. Oh. Oh, you mean the other ones? Yeah, I know what you mean. I haven't done them in a while now. Because I don't get enough energy because I play a lot of Valorant. I need to buy the energy daily card, I guess. Then we're gonna be cooking. Is the next Necro content coming? We have no clue. We were hoping that it should have already come at like January or December, but Summoners Fest Kabam was like, nah, boys, you get Coliseum instead. I'm gonna take my recall masteries off today, aren't I? Quite sure I'm gonna have to take my recall masteries off. Man, I'm gonna hate Kabam for this. I'm gonna have to take off my recall masteries later today. Juice pie. Yeah, I know. I need to be fairly mindful of my energy. Hi, Barrow. That's the wrong neighborhood. You mixed up your addresses there. I'm thinking 9.4. Yeah, for sure. That is almost guaranteed. 9.4 is gonna be March, April, probably. So, for sure, that's gonna be before next hour's piece of content. God damn, I think I'm ill. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't run recalls generally anymore, but off seasons I do put it on. But yeah, I think I'm gonna need to take them off now. Ah, shucks. Strange Crystals from Sigil and got him. Nice, congratulations, buddy. Strange is one of the few champions in the next Titan that I'm gonna kind of be after. But definitely congratulations. Hey. You just had a go at your kid for spending 300 units and you bought 5 strange crystals. Something doesn't add up there. That's his bullseye, but fair enough. That is LI. Did Enzo luck? Oh, did he get very lucky as well? Definitely good for him. I'm not missing with that. Oh yeah. A whale like you can probably skip a few. Well, 3 times 48 crystals. Oof. Yeah, I mean that is quite lucky. Has anybody opened enough Valiant crystals to get that pity 7-star thing? I haven't yet, not even close. Yeah, you will be. You'll be fine there. Next Titan, Strange, Pavitr, Blue Marvel, JJ, and something. Yeah, basically. Oh, Travis, thank you very much for that sub. Oh. $80 more to get 7-star. 80 more what? Oh, 80 crystals more? I think I have like 60 something to get 7-star. What is that? Oh. 6 stones are all of a sudden scarce again? 6 stones have always been scarce for me. And some people are trying to talk me into ranking up Iceman. It's such a long time still till next Titan change, man. It's so boring. Like those Titan crystals can't change fast enough, man. Yeah. Oh, so you're one of the Iceman gang as well. So the Iceman gang's got you, Sith. I see how it is. Why are you gunning after Bastion? You gonna be that crazy? Over 37 Titans? Yeah, whale. No idea what to do with them. I mean, save them. So, Serzo, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Partial he's crazy? Yeah, I figured he would be. Maybe I need rank 4 Bastion. Do I rank 4 Bastion? I'd rather rank 4 Ironheart probably. Or do I rank 4 Bastion? Iceman gangbang, I started it. I hate you for it. I kind of miss Silk, man. I've barely used her in so long. Outside like arena and stuff. Let's beat him up. Yeah, but you're different. That again. Rank 4, Iceman since the first big thing. You have whale math. Whale math doesn't count. Whale math absolutely does not. Yeah, sure. So I need to double check. Did I do the daily quest? I mean, I think I did. I'm generally fairly good with doing the daily quest things. Yeah. You never got me to rank 4 that Morbius though. And you never will. Morbius is rank 3 for life now. What's up, DKLF? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Don't remember that sad rank up. Nowhere near as sad as rank 4 6-star Toad Ragnarok, man. That hurt my soul. I still remember the pain from that one. No, but man, kāpēc tu prasi? Kāpēc tu prasīji, lai tev vēl iebit? Mācīties tālāk. Ko? What that? Ai, mamma pārbaudīs. Pildu latviešu valodu teikt. Jā? Es tev aizsūtīšu telefonu, kas tev ir jādara. Nu, jā, tev ir jānoraksta no sākuma melnraksta burtnīcā, uzrakst tos vārdus un dara to, kas dara burtnīcā. Kur ir tavs telefons atrod? Jā. Tā ir vada? Man ir joga, vai tā nav for funny. Well, I mean, you know it would be true though. One sec, lads. Nu tad atbloķē un pastāst, ko es tev atsūtīju. Tur tev ir nobildēts nodara burtnīca, kas tev ir tieši jādara. Paņem uzrakstu melnu rakstu burtnīcā tos vārdus un dara visu to. Prasīts. Redz? Orb is the best champion, KD 2024, probably. I mean... Maybe. Are they going to get fixed? Yes, Valkyrie and Hulkling are going to be fixed, but there is no timeline for that. Because I still don't know exactly for sure what's broken. Or something like that. Idont, I'll make statement today. 1 year from now, Dr. Strange will be in the same realm as Serpent. Not as good as Serpent because no defensive value, but rest all plays. It will do so much. Impossible. I mean, sure, you can make that statement. That is possible. But Doctor Strange being in a similar plane as Serpent is right now. But yeah, I don't think that's a realistic take. I mean, I could be wrong, and you could be right, so... Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is... I'd call bullshit on that one, lad. Also, like... If next monthly Elder's Quest comes around... and I still have to do the classic difficulty, I promise you guys right here and right now, I'm gonna crash out in a video. It's like, I honestly will. It's like, if I have to run through that stupid classic difficulty one more time, Daniela, I have to run through that stupid classic difficulty one more time. Then somebody is gonna get called a knob gobbler. For sure. To get their act together and stuff. I mean, CCP does what CCP was designed to do by Kabam. I don't know what you're talking about. They have their act together. They're very helpful in selling champions. What's up, Joker? But takes short amount of time to knock it out. First of all, it's the principle involved. They themselves admitted that it's shit and it should be changed and da 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 da. And that they're working shit. That's one thing. Second of all, they very much so know that people hate it. There's no reason for it to be this way. So I'm not even gonna get into the debate or how bad it is. Obviously, it's like, if you put it in grand scheme of things, like, at least, you know, Rocket didn't cut off the house for your electricity. Obviously, there's scaling to all of these things. But the thing that gets on my nerves the most is that it's like 4 or 5 months already at this point. It's not exactly that it's, you know, making the game unplayable. It's more so that, fuck me, there is no universe in the world you can convince me that, you know, 5 months is a reasonable amount of time to change that. I don't know. So damage. Colossus might win the vote. I mean, I hope it does. That's who I'm voting for. I mean, no, I completely get it. That's why, you know, I'm not raging about it like every month or something. But, you know, I think next month would be like appropriate amount of time that has passed since they made that commitment and haven't done anything. 5 months of why? Well, Elder difficulty, in order to access Elder difficulty, you need to complete the classic difficulty now. Bum said that it's shit, we understand, we heard the players, we will fix that, we'll change that, and Valiant players can go straight to Elder difficulty. But they still haven't fixed it. Oh, come on. Maybe the Greenland gets captured before Kabam gets rid of Lasky. You say captured, I say liberated from this Danish oppression. They're gonna get more freedom. Ah, whoopsies. Fine, just die. Yes, it's liberated is the word I was looking for. All I'm Bolt Eagle noise. Exactly. Oh. Spraying 750 freedoms per second. You know, you remember, like, within the Trump's first term, there was, like, this meme that Trump is gonna buy Greenland and there's gonna be, like, big Trump tower and everybody was kind of laughing about it, lol, this is funny and stuff like that. Because he did talk about it in his first term as well, but everybody was just, like, laughing their ass off and, like, making memes online, right? Well, they sure as shit ain't memeing it now. Well, not as much. They are, but not as much. Definitely voted for a pig. I definitely voted for AOA Colossus. Thinking cerebral and we're gonna be rolling in the next minute the next. Okay. 1 second, I'll reply to you quite quickly. Do you think Serpent will become irrelevant in the next meta in the next 2 years, considering? No. I'll let me explain to you. Why not? It's kind of like the Domino thing. Domino is still a relevant champion today, and how many years in, despite the fact that half of the tech class is designed to counter Domino. The reason why Domino is popular is because you're up the shit's creek if you do not have a counter, right? Except Serpent has even more that makes him good. Like, he's a relevant champion for everything in game, including Alliance War Attack, Necropolis, all the challenge modes, stuff like that, because it turns out he's an amazing offensive champion. It's not so much in Battlegrounds. But the thing with defenders like that, and ultimately what is the big problem with defenders like that, is the fact that unless you have a counter, you die. And Battlegrounds is a game mode of generally trying to do the best you can with what you got. Because it's kind of like, you know, the game mode where you either pull the perfect counter, and so does your opponent, and then there are like nuances to it, or you're the one who can do the fights with, like, again, the best you have, and, you know, do the less than ideal matchups. You know what I mean? How, you know, Finn did Org with like Tiger or some shit like that. Well then, you know, Serpent's one of those champions that you just dead without a counter in most matches, definitely. So no, I do not see Serpent kind of becoming irrelevant. Maybe not as popular, and obviously with time, you know, age shows in champions, but Now they're saying Trump's acting like Putin invading Ukraine. So how many Norwegians Trump killed? Like, oh, don't get me wrong. It's like, I have, you know, I'm enjoying it for the show, and I'm not saying Trump is doing like morally correct thing. I think that Trump thinks he's doing the right thing for his country, but those two things are absolutely not the same. The class association would really convince me to stick with Porky. I want dominant skill champion. They had here's the thing. I would want a dominant skill champion. I wouldn't want it to be Pork. I would absolutely not want it to be like a cartoon pig. Winning 50 champions in BG decks with one free reroll every match. I mean, that could be a format. Well, yeah, that's exactly the thing about Serpents. Like, you either can do that fight or you lose. And that is like what makes him, and will make him retain relevance, I think. Mr. Agaval, how are you doing? Well, sup, buddy? How's life treating you? Didn't kill anyone. I mean, like, of course, we all know that, you know. I swear to God, if Trump could cure fucking cancer and liberals would be protesting on the streets that this is gonna ruin the pharmaceutical industry. That's literally how fucking insane those people are. I'm telling you, if Trump cured cancer tomorrow, there will be protests on the street the day after, crying about, you know, how are these pharmaceutical companies gonna make their money now? Or something. This is gonna, you know, ruin the medical industry. So many people are gonna be fucking jobless now because of it, or some shit like that. And again, like, I'm not, you know, some sort of, what's the best way to put it? I don't live in America. It's like, I'm not in love with, like, Trump. I never, like, once voted for him in life. But, man, the liberal side of the America is retarded right now. Like, I grew up basically, like, you know, left-leaning. I was like, yeah, you know, all the social nice issues. As growing up, I started thinking more in lines of, I have been starting thinking more in lines of, you know, who's gonna pay for all of it, you know, when the government does all of these nice things and whatnot. Still, for most part, in my, like, early 20s and whatnot, I was like, you know, yeah, it's, left-leaning, just about all the social issues. But again, with all of this gender bending and fucking insane things, it's just impossible to be left-leaning. It's like, I think I am fairly centered type of person. You know, I don't agree with, like, for instance, I'm not, like, as religious, and I don't say it's for better or worse, but whatnot, like, as most of the right-wingers would be in America, and I definitely don't have the same stance on, like, guns, for instance. It's probably because I'm European, but, you know, a lot of things I disagree with stance of right-hand Republicans. And to me, in my head, you know, I'm fairly in the center. I, like, think I'm for kind of, like, common sense. But to everybody in the world, I'm basically a redneck from Europe now, you know, for anybody in America. It's like, for instance, I believe in, you know, typical gender roles, like, and so does everybody in Latvia, by the way. You know, in Latvia, there are very much so man's and women's jobs. And everybody's okay with it. Like, if I started cleaning the house, my wife would get mad at me. She'd be like, the fuck you animal. There will be some things that she asks me for help. But, you know, concept left is talking about since Trump's first time they have gone off the deep end. Yeah, exactly. They are just fucking, like, look at the people they are defending. Left went nuts about, like, Louis Mangione, who's like a legitimate fucking, you know, maniac that executed somebody in the back of their head. Then recently they defended a Venezuelan communist dictator. Before that, they rallied behind MS-13 gang member from Salvador, Elbro Garcia, whatever his name was. Then there was that black kid who stabbed that kid in the tent, and they raised like $1 million for his family. It's just like they pick cartoonishly shitty kind of like role models, or you know, their martyrs. It's insane. Oh, and now they recently demanded like billions of Somali fraud. And what else is there? Oh yeah, and obviously the whole Ice Brothers thing. No, rednecks are considered racist. It's who you're talking to. Don't care the man, dog, cat, animal. What do you mean, Snoopy, then? Ghost Rider rework will be early part of this year, right? I think so, yeah. Hey, Kitty, should I rank for next Meta Cassandra or Carolina? I think Cassandra actually might be more effective, but I have both at rank 4. I think Cassandra might be more effective. Why the hell Pork is he on skill? Because he has nothing. I'm studying for an army, and then examiner is supposed to be worse global affairs and implications. Trump keeps increasing my syllabus every damn day. Yeah, here's the thing, Trump's pretty funny though. He might be giving you more to learn, but when Trump's president, global news, like I follow world news more than my local news because it's like a fucking movie. Like, instead of putting on like a TV show or something like that, I just put on the fucking news these days. Concepts, like so many champion problems still haven't fixed. Titania, according to Kabam, is fixed and is fine, and Titania, according to some people working for Kabam, is finally working the way she was meant to be working and is basically better now. I think that was the argument of Titania. What's wrong with Dust now? I thought they fixed Dust. Weird shit going on in Minnesota. I have been. Oh yeah, that Polish girl that got stabbed on the tram. There was also somebody that got set on fire in one of those things. That was also, and also something that basically didn't get talked about at all. Even not trying to find like me could do much in the situation. I said quite part a lot. Dylan said that is actually better now since Silk Fix. Basically. Then I also completely agree. I watch your streams for the political view, the standpoint outside of America. Well, there you go. So that is how I genuinely feel. Like, to me, like all my life, I was much more sympathetic to all the left-leaning causes. And I don't know, in recent, let's say 5 to 10 years, there is no way in hell I would ever want to associate with, you know, leftism anywhere in the world. Because, like, leftism has fucked Europe to its end as well. Like, all the immigration thing, obviously, that's, you know, largely pushed by the left. And mass migration in Europe has fucking destroyed the continent. Everybody in Europe is worse off and poorer for having, you know, this problem in the country. Not to mention that so many other problems like, you know, crime, rapes, and cities looking like dog shit and whatnot has cropped up. And you know, that's all left-leaning policies, so I don't know what would have to happen in the world for me to kind of like, I'm not even gonna say find peace with it, but be supportive of it at this point. One of the main reasons, well, I'm not gonna say the main reason, but one of the big reasons why I'm back in Latvia is because, you know, Latvia hasn't gone to shit because of the migration problem, and you know, the cities are still nice. And we can have Christmas markets without worrying that somebody's gonna break their car into it, and you know, my wife can go to work without worrying for her safety. You don't have radical immigration in Latvia? No. Recently Latvia opened up the universities for international students. So we do have a slight influx of, you know, foreigners in the country due to that, because, you know, there are some people who study, and, you know, especially in capital, they have kind of started taking the Uber Eats-esque type of jobs because they don't necessarily need the language there. But overall, I can tell you, for instance, in ChatGPT, we can go with ChatGPT. You're gonna be astounded by these numbers. Yeah, I know UK is so bad. I left UK a couple years ago. Okay. How many? Ei, koordinaten är nästan. Okay, so when I asked ChatGPT, okay, so basically here is the genetic makeup of Latvia, and this is like what I mean when we are like 50 shades of white. Like, obviously, historically, Latvia has been like, again, yeah, every shade of white, because we have been conquered all over the place, but it was always like Russia, Scandinavia, Germany, and whatever else not. So, Latvia does not officially track population by race, age, but rather by ethnicity. As of early 2026, non-white population is estimated to be very small, likely less than 2% of the total population. In reality, it's probably even less than that, because, for instance, she asked you, what is black? And this is a question that Sith Supreme wanted to answer to. I told him we have 15 black guys. ChatGPT said that we basically have like 200 black guys in the country. That's 200 Realsensei suggest approximately 200 permanent residents of African descent live in Latvia. And yeah, we don't have much migration here at all. And again, I love it. It's like, I never want that to change. And again, that's not specifically meant to be for like Indian, Asian, Pakistani or something like that. It's just that I love the way Latvia is. And the way I see it, it's like we have a shit ton of our own problems. We are absolutely not in a position to import everybody else's problems in our country. Also, historically speaking, we have never invaded everybody. We have never occupied anybody. And we are not responsible for anybody else's problems but our own. Which means, yeah, Latvia is extremely sane. And majority of the crime is like non-violence. It's either like some sort of frauds or like something like that, but there is no real violent crime. Like, it's kind of funny because every day, like, we get some sort of crime statistics, and it's like, oh, like, you know, 12 drivers got caught for speeding, and, you know, 8 drivers got caught drunk, and there have been like 2 robberies or something like that. You know, that's in the entire country. And yeah, if there is some sort of crime, it's generally kind of like a petty crime, like pickpockets or something like that, and, you know, some more rougher areas. But you kind of know to avoid them. So, yeah, let it safe. Well, Latvia isn't really a military power, or would cause neighboring countries to be nervous, right? You guys are like, yeah, basically. I mean, like, we are in NATO and all that stuff, so. But I mean, like, for a historical context, you know, because a lot of these, in Europe, especially when it comes to UK and stuff like that, a lot of people use the argument of like, oh, you used to colonize this country, so we basically we deserve to, or we get to come to UK now and fuck it up and whatnot, because, you know, they kind of feel like UK or whichever country is kind of somehow indebted to them. They can't even use that argument in Latvia, because Latvia has never, like, you know, colonized or invaded or done anything to anyone. We have been the ones that, you know, got conquered and made serfs and we lived like 8 centuries in effectively foreign servitudes, so they can't even like really say anything there to us. Yes, I apologize, but then it's my friends. Who do you recommend for Act 5 map path besides Mojo? 1 second. What is AQ map 8 path 5? Which one is that one? I don't think I have ever done that path. Can anybody in the chat explain this one to me? AQ map 8 path 5. I generally don't remember ever doing it. I'll just leave it the fuck alone. We don't need to wander. Well, basically, Latvia is also socially conservative. Like, even to kind of like a degree that's uncomfortable to me. Like, gay marriage became recently legal, but there's like still a very big dogma associated with it. Like, because I lived in UK for such a long time, and again, as a teenager, I was like much more kind of like socially left-leaning. What was the best way to put it? In my family, and out of just about every person that I know around me, I have like by far the most chill opinion about that. I think, you know, you want to be gay, let them, you know, do what they want to do. Just don't force me to kind of like hold the bed sheets up or, you know, participate in pride and all that other stuff. Leave the kids alone. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't like public displays of affection, straight or gay. So if you keep all of that stuff to yourselves and in your bedrooms, you know, I'm perfectly fine with all of that stuff. And that is not a majority opinion, for instance, in most of the places in Latvia. There is still like a very kind of like high amount of disdain towards it. And that goes to a lot of different issues. Hans, what's good for Path 5? Answer us. What is good for Path 5? Sounds like... I swear it sounds like you know how to mind your own business. What do you mean, I know how to mind my own business? As a country? Oh yeah, we do our best generally. I mean, like, for most part, we are a small country. We don't have any like global ambitions. It's fucking god miracle that we as a country exist. And that's kind of like a lot of Latvians' mindset is we just want to live, be left alone, you know, be able to provide for our families and kind of like get on with our day. Yeah, Kabam still hasn't revealed their veil rework, you know. That's my thoughts on it. Well, there you go. I mean, that's what I agree with it as well. And again, like my thoughts on that change very quickly as soon as you start involving kids or schools. There you go. Apparently, Sinister is very good for AQ map 8 path 5. For the kind person who asked, is it a degen path? Because Mr. Negative could be potentially good for it too. Path 5 stun immunity after special position. Path 5 stun immunity after special plus additional bar power fear. Oh, that one. Now, how do you use Sinister there? Is that stun immunity a buff? I think I remember a path like that ish. Okay, so there's a rework code. Yeah, there was a well rework code. And this. Ebb and flow, intercept plus falter. What is that falter node? Because to me it sounds like, you know, something like Thekiryu. Well, I have known a lot of gay couples, some which have kids, and they do a great job raising them. 90% gay people are crazy progressive. I mean, I completely agree. That's why I said it's like I have like zero issue with that part. I think, you know, you do you be happy as long. And again, especially like what's the best way to put it? Because again, I don't like over sexualization in the culture to begin with. Yeah, I wanted to say Tiger should be quite good for that. I'm just not that good with her. Oh, fair enough. What I said further there is like I will have a problem when it does, you know, start affecting kids and gets brought up in schools and stuff like that. New drops in 2-3 days? We don't know exactly when new drops are coming. Okay, that. Spam special one is Sinister. Oh, there you go. Apparently Sinister also works, kind of. I hope we have new drops in a couple of days. Oh yeah, Prowler could be very good for it, because you do have Falter to get guaranteed intercepts and you are immune to Falter. So yeah, Prowler could be nice for it, probably. What say you? Yeah, because obviously I lived in UK for well over a decade. Like, I had lots of colleagues and stuff like that as well. And again, to me, like even before I moved to UK, it was like I was one kind of like to be someone more open to it. But again, it's one of those things definitely that kind of like when I was a kid, I definitely saw myself being on the left, you know. Because gay marriage was illegal, I was like, oh no, you should let them get married and all that stuff, and then that wasn't good enough anymore, and then I wasn't screaming loud enough anymore for that issue, and then, you know, I didn't agree with, you know, the drag queen story hour, and then all of a sudden I was like right-wing fascist. Like, even though like my thoughts and opinions of that didn't change from like when I was a teen, you know, I still think, you know, people should live however the fuck they want to live, you know, keep your business to yourself, I'll keep mine to myself, don't make me, you know, be your cheerleader, and we're chill. That is basically the same stance I had as a teenager. But now for that stance, just about everywhere, I am, you know, perceived to be crazy radical almost. On a completely opposite spectrum. When they say rework, do they mean overhaul or just a generic term? Rework generally means like an overhaul, yeah. Like they have, okay, so they have a complete overhaul, which is Doctor Strange level stuff. I think rework would be more in line of who would be one of the most recent examples of a rework. Rework would be Ant-Man, for instance. No, Cyclops is an overhaul because he got different animations, different kit. That is a complete overhaul. Rework is kind of like Ant-Man, where he gets a brand new kit. X-23 basically is a rework, yes. A rework would be something like Deadpool X-Force got a rework. You know, basically a brand new kit that slightly resembles something from the old. That's a rework. Then there is a moderate buff that is kind of like Kingpin or Crossbones got or Mallman got. That is a moderate buff, and tune-up is basically just the numbers or a couple of lines. Generally speaking, a rework and overhaul have the same potential to be amazing. It's just overhaul also includes animations and, you know, character art and all that stuff. From the potentially of going from bad champion to amazing, reworks and overhauls obviously kind of have the best chance, but realistically I think the moderate buffs generally do the best. Because again, that has given us like Crossbones and Kingpins and stuff like that, so it is more often that a moderate buff works out the best, than the rework does. Because it's not often that Kabam reworks a champion fully and the champion becomes like a meta champion. Like, Iron Man was like completely, or Cyclops, It's not a great track record that they have had with complete overhauls. They have had better success, with champions like Kingpin, Crossbones, Small Man, that for a while became absolutely meta dominant champions. Yeah, but get me? They fix a channel like, oh my god. Yeah. But yeah, so most often, tune-ups very rarely are good. There are like 4 good tune-ups in the history of this game. Like, Shuri tune-up was good, she was super relevant for quite a while. Shocker's tune-up was good. He was quite relevant for quite a while because of that tune-up. Is there anybody else that got a tune-up and became good? I don't think so. They have had Shocker and Shuri, that I think are only good tune-ups that we have had. Unless I'm missing somebody. Colossus was a buff. That wasn't a tune-up. They gave him a new kit. Colossus was already either a moderate or complete buff. Patriot still should do it, I don't know what you're on about. I think those are the only 2 good tune-ups that we have had. Or all of a sudden champion became kind of relevant or relevant. Punisher 2099, kind of. He got a tune-up and he immediately got, decent, let's say. So I guess I would count that in for Punisher 2099 as well. Mr. Fantastic got a tune-up, and for quite a while Mr. Fantastic was useful and relevant. Like, Yondu is the buff. I'm running out of rank 5 4 stars. And whoops. Something went wrong there. Okay, let's get to this milestone. But yeah, if you want to look at Colossus, how he was before his buff, not a tune-up, check out your 1-star Colossus. You're gonna see there's like barely any abilities. Then Foster's first modern buff. Think so? Kind of, yeah. Anybody remembers Gamora's first 2 buffs? Or Maul's first buff? Ebony Maul's got like 3 buffs as well. Ronin did get a tune-up, yes. Yeah, I did one passive shock and call it to death. Yeah, Kabam sometimes does like the same thing with like Patriot. Like, it was quite obvious that Patriot, like, he needs more than just numbers, you know. But nope. To be honest, like, Patriot is also kind of like the biggest anomaly as well. Like, that's like the biggest blemish from DLL's record. Because DLL generally makes, like, you know, busted champions. For better or worse, because I do have issues with those champions and how they impact the game and a lot of other things. But, again, generally speaking, every champion that DLL has made has impacted the game in one way or another for a period of time at the bare minimum. Except for... I mean, Patriot was like a colossal fuck job there. Patriot was like a meme of the year. Patriot is like legitimately one of the 2 worst champions of the year. Okay, we have gotten some units here. Nice to see the units going up. Yeah, it's always nice to see. Again, I used like 700 units on tier 6 basics and tier 3 alphas. So that kind of felt a bit sad. I'm about to have to use another 35 units to change my mastery setup. Probably also gonna feel sad. Oh, come on! 30k ball chips and only 15 units? Yeah, got another 15. Oh, we got 45 there. Now that's better. Gimora's first 2 bosses are so bad, Khun had to overcompensate with her 3rd one and give her some new anyway. Alright. Where did I tap now? 2 hours and 51 minutes until the bad boy Void comes back. No, I need to double check the daily quest. Did I do it? Oh yeah, I have done it. Nice. And I need to do this. No, where's the balance? I don't think I'm spending a single unit outside of the banquet this year. I will be, probably. Because again, banquet, I don't know. We'll see. And today, 100 crystal, 195 units. Oof, sorry to hear that, buddy. That sucks. That's quite awful. Yeah, banquet can be hit or miss for sure. 6.4k units right now. Nice, good job, DLF. Very good job. Right, I will go now. I'm gonna help my son with homework. And then we're gonna... Okay, what do you guys think we should do? We should do the incursions first or Coliseum first? I think Coliseum, right? I mean, I'll probably do both of them tonight. It's just which one first. Yeah, I'm thinking Coliseum too. Alright then. Guess I need to make a thumbnail. Okay, I'll see you then. Do them both simultaneously? Yeah, right. Alright, anyways, I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about